Patema inverted. As a film, I think this was definitely a really good one. In general, live action or anime, I think this was a really cool film. And I only found it recently because I had like an Amazon Prime trial thing because I was like, I'm gonna use my other email to get some free stuff delivered for free. And I found a couple anime movies, and when I saw the trailer for this, I was really excited to see it because I thought it was a really cool concept where these people were all living on Earth, but for whatever reason, some people, could be on the ground and other people would fly up into the air. And I was like, that is a really awesome concept. It was something I'd never really thought of before. I may have thought of it like a little bit, but not like in a big idea or anything. And I was really excited to see this movie. And when I saw it, I really enjoyed it. I liked the characters. I saw this actually. It's been a couple of weeks now. I just never had the chance to sit down and do this review. So I don't really remember the characters' names outside of Patema, to be totally honest. But I did like all the characters. I thought Patema, I think, was kind of the typical character, typical anime style character who wanted to go beyond kind of where she was meant to go, as far as the rules. And it led to some really interesting stuff, which of course leads her to falling, um, or then kind of going up into the air and landing in a tree. And then we meet our other main character, and he's in this really weird society. Like from the trailer, I didn't really understand that this is how this society worked. But they're in a very weird, strict society where it's like people can't fly. You're not allowed to go into the air. The people that were sucked up into the air were evil and demons and stuff like that. They kind of lost their connection with God, and they made it a weird religious thing. And I like that idea. And there aren't going to be any spoilers in this review or anything like that. But I like that idea. It was very interesting how they were in this sort of totalitarian type of society where it's like you do this and you do that and you basically just do what we say do, and don't wonder about the sky and things like that. And people that look up at the sky or get distracted or weird and stuff like that. It was really interesting. So I like that idea of this crazy society. And then of course, once Patma gets in that, it's just like insane. Like it just throws everybody off, and it's just really crazy. And I liked the movie for that. It was very interesting. Also, just the design of it, because of course one person is going up in the sky, and then the other person's on the ground. They could show up from both sides of the fence, and it was a very weird experience watching it sometimes. And it was like just the way they would play with it, especially for Patama when they would show it from her point of view, and she's like looking down and it's the sky. That was really fun. I really loved that. That was some of my favorite stuff in the movie because it's like it's just crazy for her, and it's stuff that it's an experience we don't have because of course because of gravity. We're on the ground, and for her it's different. And the ground is the sky, and if she goes up into the sky, she'd be lost forever. And it's just really freaking fun. Like I said, because this is spoiler free, I should have done it with spoilers because it's such an old movie at this point. But I guess I'll end up doing 2 videos. But it was a really fun movie. I would highly recommend it. The ending, I think probably the last 20-30 minutes were insane to me. Like they did some stuff that kind of blew my mind. I wasn't expecting. Probably like the last 40 minutes actually. And there was certainly a lot of really tense moments where it's like I don't know if certain characters are going to live or if they're going to die. And it's not just the 2 main characters. There are other supporting characters. So there are quite a few moments where I'm like, I don't know if this person's going to live or that person's going to die, or really who's going to win as far as the good guys and the bad guys. There were a couple of moments where honestly it was just like, I can't believe that just happened. And just some crazy stuff, and it kind of messes with you a little bit. But it was a great movie as far as I was concerned. I think it's certainly one I wish I knew about a long time ago, but I'm glad I got to see it. I believe it came out like I think 2013 or 14, something like that. I just looked it up, but I completely forgot. It came out, yeah, November 9th, 2013. At least that was the initial release, so it probably came out in 2014. It definitely came out in 2014 in the States. But it's a really fun movie. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. It's not a Studio Ghibli movie, it's not by Miyazaki or anything, but it does have a lot of those same sort of qualities where you meet these characters and they develop in a really odd world. You know, like their worlds, no pun intended because of how the movie is, but their worlds are kind of flipped upside down, and then you see how these characters grow and how they learn about themselves and even things that happen, maybe to people that they know, and they just learn certain things that they just never would have had without each other. So it certainly has that sort of quality where you see characters in extraordinary positions and they genuinely grow, and you enjoy watching them grow either stronger or just smarter. Based excuse me, based on what they're dealing with. So I would highly recommend it. I guess I have to do like a spoiler video because there's a lot of cool stuff in this that I want to talk about in detail. Um, but it's definitely a really good movie. I would highly recommend it. It's hard to say this, but for people who don't like anime movies, it's still a great movie. But sometimes you can't just say that because people, still think like anime is for kids and stuff. It's just, which is dumb. But if you don't watch anime movies, you should watch all of the Studio Ghibli ones, just to throw that out there in general. But you should definitely check this out. It's a really fun movie. It has its comedic moments, but it has a lot of really good stuff, and it's like just the society within the film brings out a lot in a lot of basically in all the different characters. A lot of people learn a lot of crazy things because it's stuff that they've never dealt with before. So very enjoyable movie. Highly recommend it. If you have seen it, I would love to know what you guys thought about it. So please comment below. Let me know your favorite parts of the movie, least favorite parts. Of course, if you're gonna do that, please just put the spoilers and stuff so other people going through the comments don't read the spoilers. But it was definitely a great movie. Like I said, highly, highly recommend it. I enjoyed it a lot more than I expected. I figured, based on the trailer, I was like, I really want to see that because I thought it was a cool concept. And then when I was actually, going through it, I was like, I really love this freaking movie. Like, I don't know, I might actually end up buying it. And I've only watched it. I only watched it the one time, but it's just one of those movies where I was like, man, yeah, it really stuck with me. Like, it was just a really fun movie as far as I was concerned. Um, and I definitely say check it out. It's on YouTube if you want to do it that way. Like I said, I saw it because I had the trial for Amazon Prime, so if you have that, you can watch it in full HD. I don't know if it's in HD on YouTube or not, but it is the full movie, and I believe it might be in English. I know some people subbed and dubbed and all that, and the whole big deal. But it's totally up to you. I watched it in English because I just didn't have the time to sit down and watch sub, and I don't really care like a lot of people do. Where it's like I hate dubbed and all that. The voice acting was good for the dub, if that really if it actually matters. The voice acting was actually pretty good. Um, but yeah, definitely check it out. Like I said though, if you've seen the movie, we'd love to know what you thought about it. Just make sure you put spoiler tag if you're gonna put any specific moments. Um, I guess I will do a spoiler video because there's, or I might not. There's really only like a couple of moments, but I don't know. I may or may not do it. If I do, um, if I remember and I do it, I'll put a link in the description to go to like the spoiler video for it, and I probably will because there's just a couple moments that I just really want to talk about that I don't want to spoil because they're some of the craziest moments in the film. So I actually will. I definitely will because I really want to talk about them. So thanks for checking this out. Like I said, if you've seen the movie, I definitely want to know what you thought about it. If not, I highly recommend it because it was a really fun time. I guess it's, I don't know if you could classify it as action. It has like some actiony moments, but it's not like people actually fighting each other. But there's military in it, so I'll put it that way. So people do use guns and things like that, but it's not like a martial arts type of deal or anything like that. So it's just a story, action, actiony stuff happens, just genuinely based on how the story continues. But it's a really great movie. I highly recommend checking it out. Like I said, if you have any thoughts about it, please comment below and let me know. And of course, thank you guys for watching.